Next item is the Hispanic Heritage Month Proclamation. Madam Clerk, can you please read that proclamation for us?
Thank you. Whereas the observation of Hispanic Heritage Week began in 1968 under President Lyndon B. Johnson and expanded to a month in 1988 under President Ronald Reagan. And whereas Hispanic Heritage Month begins on September 15th across the United States as a tribute to the anniversaries of national independence for a number of Latin American countries. And whereas throughout the year, and especially during Hispanic Heritage Month, U.S. citizens recognize the contributions and influence of Hispanic traditions. And whereas the Hispanic population has grown to more than 63 million across the United States. And whereas Maricopa County is made up of a diverse population, including more than 1.3 million Hispanic residents. And whereas the Latino population is the fastest growing minority population in the United States and accounts for 51% of the nation's population growth, according to Pew Research. And whereas Latinos are the fastest growing group of small business owners and entrepreneurs in the United States, according to Stanford University. Now, therefore, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors does hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th of 2022 as Hispanic Heritage Month in Maricopa County. During this time, we celebrate the contributions that Hispanic people have made to Maricopa County. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. And with that, the board will consider item number 5.
Mr. Chairman, first, thank you, Juanita, for reading that. Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve item number 5, Proclamation on Hispanic Heritage Month.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I wholeheartedly second that.
Thank you very much, Supervisor Gallardo and Supervisor Galvin. Thrilled to see this item to have it on the agenda, and some great, actually some wonderful statistics there in the proclamation too, and so proud of our diversity here in Maricopa County, and it truly is our strength. Any other comments from my colleagues? Yeah, Supervisor Gallardo.
Yeah, real quickly, once again, thank you for putting this proclamation on the agenda. Thank you, Juanita and her staff, for helping create this. I think Phil's had a part of it as well in creating this proclamation. But this is a time in which many throughout not only Arizona but across the country really celebrate the accomplishments of the Hispanic community, not only economically, politically. I remember growing up, I was originated out of Tolleson, and when I was real knee-high, my family moved out into Maryvale, to a new community being developed by John F. Long. And I was born and raised out there, and I have seen the change of demographics out in Maryvale. It is still home. It is grew up in the playgrounds. It'll always be home. I will never leave. It's just, I call Maryvale home all the time. But even attending schools, the school probably, even the elementary school, even high school, Trevor Brown, probably maybe 20% Hispanic. And we have seen the demographics just change. The Latino community, the Hispanic community just blossom. It just grow by leaps and bounds. Now, if you were to walk onto a campus anywhere in Maryvale, you would see probably a school district with 90% to 95% Hispanic students. The community is just growing, particularly out here in the Southwest. And it's just great. You see more and more Hispanics become small business owners, venturing out in the legal field. Every aspect of our economy, they are there. And a good part of right here in our workforce, folks within the Hispanic community. So it's a good time to come, celebrate the heritage, celebrate with folks from all walks of life, be able to enjoy conversation and really recognize the contributions that many folks in the Hispanic community have made. There's a lot of folks way before me that led me into politics. Ed Pastor was probably my biggest mentor. He was the one that helped me out politically. He was the one that when I decided I was going to run for the legislature, he took me under his wing, and even his campaign headquarters, he gave me a little office within his campaign headquarters when I first started my campaigning but it's folks like Ed Pastor, Supervisor Wilcox, and there's a whole slew of folks, I don't want to start naming them, there's a whole slew of folks that have started the creation of Valle del Sol, Chicanos por la Casa, one of the largest nonprofit social service organizations in the country. All this great leadership, and it's great to have a month where we can just celebrate that and thank them for their service to our community. So with that, Mr. Chairman, thank you for putting this on, and let's have a fun month.
Wonderful. Very well said. Supervisor Galvin.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I'll be brief. You know, I was telling my mother this morning about this, what we'll be doing today, and my mother was immigrated from Honduras. She came here in the 1960s. I'm very proud of my mother's immigration story, but I think this proclamation is a reflection of how Maricopa County is enriched by people who have come here and strived and fought and struggled and scraped, but they represent the best of America. My maternal relatives are all in Honduras, so I know very well when they celebrate Independence Day, which was cited as the reason why Lyndon Johnson created the week, which is now a month. But also what Supervisor Gallardo says, all the tremendous accomplishments by the Latino community here in Maricopa County. It's quite impressive. It's quite incredible. And there are new generation of Latino leaders who are rising up who will make Maricopa County great for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much, everyone.